Hey, it's Leo, and this is the Sound Museum. A bit of a change of location today. I am in my partner Sean's office at the front of the house. Now, the reason why I'm in Sean's office, I was planning on doing some recording in my office this morning, but the guy behind us was using a drill. The worst possible moment. So hence I've changed locations very quickly to film this video for you. Sean and I went on a bit of a date night on Saturday night with our friends Anthony, Simon, Troy and Adrian. We went to a show in the city called The Greatest Love of All. It's basically a Whitney Houston tribute show. Now, you may know the star of the show, Belinda Davids. She was on Britain's Got Talent. She is an amazing vocalist, just incredible. Whitney was an incredible vocalist, but watching Belinda doing Whitney songs, simply amazing. If you have not seen the show, The Greatest Love of All, I totally recommend it. It is fantastic. The band is fantastic. Belinda is outstanding. What an incredible voice. As you can see from this photo, Sean and I had a fantastic time at the Greatest Love of All show on Saturday night. About 9 years ago, when I was working in radio, I actually interviewed Belinda on my Friday morning show. And I found the interview from back in 2015. So at the end of this video, there is the interview with Belinda Davids for you to check out. And she is such a lovely person, so talented. And it was really cool to learn about her life and how she got started in the music industry. So stay tuned for that at the end of this video. But before we get there, my partner Sean filmed some of the concert just for you guys here on YouTube. So let's check out some of the live performances from the Greatest Love of All show, starring the amazing Belinda Davids.
I told you that I wanted to see you, and if I told you that I meant to please you, if I told you that, who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you will. international rock star, ladies and gentlemen. On the guitar from the UK, we have James Charles. They are my beautiful background vocals, ladies and gentlemen. Both from South Africa, we have Leo and Zay. On the piano, and yes, he also sings. Can you guess where he's from? From South Africa. He sings. And last, he's on the keyboards, the saxophone, and the flute. Proudly South African, ladies and gentlemen, we have Offensive.
See, I told you, what a fantastic voice. That was Belinda Davids performing on the weekend here in Melbourne, The Greatest Love of All. As I mentioned before, about 9 years ago, I actually interviewed Belinda for my Friday morning show, and I found the interview. So just for you guys, here is my 2015 interview with the fantastic Belinda Davids. She is currently playing Whitney Houston all over the world. Now it's Melbourne's turn to experience The Greatest Love of All. It's a great live stage show featuring all the classic Whitney songs, a full band, full production, dancers. Belinda Davids.
Hi, Leo. How are you doing?
This is your first time to Melbourne.
It is.
You arrived from the Gold Coast last night.
Yes.
I know it's a bit early to say, but what's your first impressions of Melbourne so far?
Well, my first impression is this weather. I love this weather. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was looking forward to this weather. So when I got to the Gold Coast, it was really warm, and everyone was telling me, "No, this is really our winter here down here." So I was like, "Oh no, I need to go to Melbourne."
Yeah, it's very cold here at the moment.
Yeah,
but
so I haven't really done anything, but I'm excited to explore.
You are from South Africa.
I am.
You have got 6 siblings. Is that right?
Yes, I do. How did you know that?
Oh, research done.
Oh my goodness.
And
He just came out to my family.
there you go. But growing up in a big household, was it difficult?
It was not difficult because I was the singer in the family. I mean, there was always music around, but I was the favorite of my grandmother.
Right.
I'm a grandma child, so I was the favorite, and I was always spoiled up until 9 years old when she passed away. And then my life just went chaotic.
Right. I mean,
Just changed.
I guess when you were growing up, what were your influences, I guess, musically growing up in high school?
We pretty much listened to everything. Sunday mornings was classical music.
Right.
And then during the week or on the weekends, my brother played all these LPs, Lionel Richie LPs, Teddy Pendergrass LPs, goodness, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin. So these were all, these were people that I grew up with. These are people that I listened to all the time, and even as an adult.
Great singers. And I was also shocked to learn that you never actually had any vocal training.
No, none whatsoever.
Which is very cool, because having that natural voice and hitting those big high notes,
Yeah.
it takes years to learn that. But if you're blessed with it, it's amazing.
But it pretty much did take years,
Yeah,
it does. You
to find
you
yourself
literally-
and find your voice.
To find yourself and find your voice and practice, and build and learn about your voice, because, now it's my everything.
14 years old in a band called Maiden Voyage.
Oh,
Is that right?
Goodness.
You're in a band called Maiden Voyage.
I was in a jazz band called Maiden Voyage. Yes.
And you're doing gigs and club gigs, and you're doing like gigs for family and
Yes.
talent competitions.
Yes.
How was that for you, starting out and getting those early starts in the clubs and those live shows under your belt?
For me personally, it was exciting. That's all I wanted to do, because the responses, I think I was feeding so much of the responses, the attention that I was getting for my talent and, for the ability that I had. Otherwise, it was really exciting to even make a little money while doing it, at such a young age, because I started at 14 and I was in clubs at 14, from the age of 14, while I was going to school and while I was working, as well. So yeah, it was really exciting.
And that led you to releasing an album. You toured
at 16, yeah.
And you had a song that was number 1 in South Africa for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Called We Go Together.
We Go Together. Oh my goodness.
And you also travelled the world. You went to Dubai and London, Hong Kong, performing in hotels and clubs and things.
I did.
What a great experience.
It was. I think all of that was it was practice. That's what it was. It was the experience, was practice for this moment.
And that leads to, I guess, opportunities, because moving to LA when you were 25, you toured with like Monica and Kelly Price and
Keisha
Johnny
Cole.
Gill.
That was
and
awesome.
That must have been an amazing experience for a singer, and also touring with these massive names that everyone knows.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing to have that opportunity. It came actually when I was performing at the Four Seasons in Los Angeles. Just to get into the Four Seasons was a mission. It literally took me 2 years to get that gig. So I was like submitting my CD, submitting demos, submitting a CV of experiences of what I've done over the years, and that's what they wanted. And I got it eventually, and that's when the bigger opportunities came.
Including this one, doing Whitney Houston.
Including this one.
Exactly right. And we're going to play a track, not from Whitney, but from Ms. Belinda Davids. This track is one of my favourite Whitney songs, and when it first came out, I was going crazy for it. I loved it. And this is Belinda Davids doing Whitney Houston. I want to dance with somebody.
Now I know.
Friday Morning Show with Leo, and my special guest this morning in studio is Belinda Davids. She plays Whitney Houston in the tribute show The Greatest Love of All in Melbourne tonight, opening night. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I want to get in some kangaroo pockets.
Exactly right. Now, Whitney passed away on the 11th of February 2012.
Yeah.
And I remember I was at home and my radio husband, Jono, who we do a show together, and he texted me and said, Whitney's passed away. And I thought he was joking. I was like, what? Can't be.
I get chills when you said that. I get chills.
Where were you when you found out that she passed?
I was at home. It was like 4:00 in the morning, and my friend out of America, she knows that I'm a huge fan. And she called me. Didn't even text me. She called me and she said, B. Well, she calls me Lola. But she called me and she said, Lola, Whitney has passed away. I was like, what? So I was sleeping. It was 4:00 in the morning. I was sleeping. I was like, what? No, what? No, what? No, nonsense. She was like, yes, check the news. So of course I waited until 6:00 in South Africa to see the news. And when I saw the news, see, I get so heavy-hearted when I think about it, because when I saw it, something just lost. Something just left me, because this woman, she was like Michael Jackson for me. She, because everybody knew or thought these two people would not die. They would not die. They just have...
They're immortal.
They are immortal. They were so brilliant at what they did that it's not possible. And it came on, and yeah, because this was this woman who taught me about myself and my voice. She taught me technique. I copied her everything. I didn't have vocal lessons. I listened to Whitney Houston, and I learned through her how to use my voice.
And I guess watching shows like X Factor and The Voice, there's so many young singers that have obviously studied her singing because, you know, she's an amazing inspiration.
Yeah.
And leaves behind this amazing legacy. Did you have reservations about taking on this gig, playing Whitney?
I didn't have any reservations. I jumped to the occasion when I was told that you need to go and do this audition. And yeah, I literally had given my baby boy was 3 months old when I got the call that morning.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I went full force and I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it and I wanted to get it.
Because the producers spent 12 months touring the world and auditioning over 15,000 people in 12 different countries. So they wanted the right person. And of course, they found you. What do you think stood out for them when they saw you? What clinched it for you?
I think, you know, according to Johnny, I think Johnny is he's a perfectionist and he looks for little things, you know, because I couldn't believe it when I got it. And when I heard it was out of 15,000 people, I thought to myself, well, there has to be someone who really looks like Whitney and really sound like her. But he was looking for little things, you know. It was, you know, according to him, there was this detail in my voice that made it so much like her, you know. You have to talk to him. Talk to Johnny. Ask Johnny what he wanted.
Is history, because you're doing the show and you're since 2012 you've been doing it all over the world.
Yeah.
Just come from a sellout tour in Cape Town in South Africa.
Yeah.
Now it's Melbourne's turn. Full production. You got band, you got backing singers, dancers, all the lights
costume
and costume changes,
lights, video montages, everything. It's an amazing show. I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, I need to see it, but
I haven't seen it yet. But it's a lot of fun.
But playing all those classic songs, I mean, what songs does one leave out on the show? Because there's so many great singles and there's so many songs that people love, and also there's a lot of tracks that weren't singles that are fan favorites. You know? Before we started the show, I think the songs that we picked for the show was across from the time she started way up until the last album. So we try to get all the big hits. I promise you that when you come to the show next, you will sing along with every song, because every song that we picked, you know, everyone knows they are hits. They were her hits. I mean, when I flew over from Cape Town, from Johannesburg to Sydney, I went into the music list and there was her greatest hits. And I listened to it and it literally is all the songs that I'm doing in the show. Wow.
So we picked it pretty good. And there is not one bad memory in there.
During the show, and I know you've been asked this heaps of times, but your favourite Whitney song, but I'm going to ask you, as a singer and vocalist, what's a song which you think is the song that is really hard to sing or you had to really rehearse? Is there a song that's really quite challenging vocally for you?
There is a song in the show that is usually when it comes to that song I go, oh God, I hope I have the vocal clearance ability to do that song, and that's the third song in the show. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Right, because I mean, watching Whitney's various live performances, I remember watching a performance she did of the song One Moment in Time, which was like climbing a mountain. It's an incredible song.
It is.
And I just think the notes that she hits in that song is just incredible. And of course, I'll Always Love You, of course. But you go to the website, thegreatestloveofall.com.au for all the details.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in, Belinda.
Thank you for having me, Leo.
Belinda Davids,
so much fun.
Whitney Houston show. Have a great opening night tonight.
Thank you so much. Wish you could have been there.
I know.
I can't believe you're standing me down.
I'm going next week. We're literally
something else. No, I'm kidding.
Well, literally, I'm seeing a gig tonight. A friend's playing tonight.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, I fly to Auckland tomorrow because my mum's in Auckland, in New Zealand.
Okay.
So I fly back Thursday night. So I'm hoping to see the show on Friday night.
Okay.
So that's going to be good. So I'm looking forward to that.
fun.
But have a great opening night. There's going to be heaps of gay boys there. We love our
yay!
divas.
Want to see my boys?
Exactly. And one song we love is this one. Oh, I'm a woman.
Is this not the theme song?
I really hope you've enjoyed that interview with Belinda Davids, the star of the Greatest Love of All show. And I've got the DVD. There is a DVD from the show I picked up about 9 years ago. Simply amazing. If you have the chance to see the show, The Greatest Love of All, I totally recommend it. It is amazing. Belinda is just outstanding, singing all those classic Whitney songs you know and love. And finally, make sure you subscribe. It's really important that you do because it really helps me out big time with the algorithm, how YouTube pushes my videos out to new viewers. It really helps me out. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. But as always, until I see you again, you take care.